They've turned your muscle loss into a trillion-dollar business, and the last thing they want is for you to know what's really behind it. After 60, millions of older adults are told that shrinking muscles, weak legs, and constant fatigue are simply normal aging. But that's not the truth. What's really happening is a silent, nightly failure of your body to repair itself, triggered by the very foods you eat, or worse, the ones you avoid before bed. Here's the shocking part. The foods that can actually stop this process, rebuild your muscles, and restore your strength are already in your kitchen, but you've been told to stay away from them while being sold so-called senior-friendly snacks and overpriced powders that don't work. Why? Because sarcopenia, the medical name for age-related muscle loss, has become a goldmine. The more strength you lose, the more prescriptions you're given. The weaker you get, the more assisted products you're pressured to buy. It's not aging, it's engineered weakness. But that changes tonight. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 8 muscle-saving foods you should eat before bed, ranked from number 8 to number 1. And make sure you stick around, because missing number 3 could mean your body keeps breaking down its own muscle for fuel while you sleep. That's exactly what Big Health doesn't want you to realize. Before we dive in, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We reply to every single one, and your story might inspire someone else to fight back against muscle loss. Now let's begin with number 8, because this one is probably already in your pantry, and it may just save your legs from giving out next year. Number 8. Almonds. You've probably heard that almonds are good for your heart, but almost no one talks about their ability to protect your muscles, especially when eaten before bed. Almonds are loaded with magnesium, and this single mineral controls over 300 reactions in the body, including muscle repair, nerve signaling, and protein synthesis. The problem? More than 70% of older adults don't get enough magnesium. And when your levels are low, your body literally cannot repair muscle tissue properly while you sleep. But almonds have another secret weapon. They contain natural tryptophan, an amino acid your brain uses to make melatonin and serotonin. These chemicals not only improve sleep, but also lower cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. And here's the key. When cortisol spikes at night, muscle breakdown begins. That's why your bedtime nutrition is such a critical window. Take George, 73, a retired school bus driver. His legs had gotten so weak that he needed both hands just to push himself up from his recliner. He assumed it was just getting old, but his neighbor, who was into nutrition, suggested he try eating a small handful of raw almonds before bed. No sugar coating, no salt, just plain almonds. Within 2 weeks, George noticed his knees felt less stiff, his nighttime leg cramps eased up, and climbing the front steps didn't feel as exhausting. It wasn't a miracle, it was simply his body finally getting the minerals it needed to heal. And science backs this up. A 2021 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed 400 milligrams of magnesium daily, often through foods like almonds, experienced a 26% increase in muscle strength along with fewer sleep problems. The key is to eat almonds in their natural form. Skip the honey-roasted, chocolate-covered, or oil-fried versions that cancel out the benefits with sugar and unhealthy fats. Instead, go for raw or dry roasted. Around 8 to 10 almonds, about half an ounce, 30 minutes before bed is enough. Chew them slowly, sip a little water, and let your body do the repair work while you sleep. And if almonds help keep your muscles from breaking down, the next food goes even further. It feeds your muscles all night long. Number 7. Cottage cheese. This isn't just an old-fashioned fridge staple. It's one of the most powerful muscle-saving foods hiding in plain sight. For adults over 60, keeping muscle isn't about what you eat during the day. The real battle happens while you sleep. Here's why. Your body doesn't store protein the way it stores fat or carbs. That means if you head to bed without the right fuel, your muscles are left starving for hours. And when that happens, your body turns to the worst possible backup plan. It starts breaking down lean muscle just to keep things running. Cottage cheese changes that equation. It's rich in a unique type of protein called casein. Unlike fast-digesting whey or plant proteins, casein breaks down slowly, releasing amino acids into your system for up to 8 hours. Think of it as a slow-release drip, feeding your muscles steadily all night long. This is exactly when your body does most of its repair work. Without that steady supply, your muscles degrade faster, your balance suffers, and your risk of falls goes up. Take Martha, 70, a retired librarian. She walked every morning but couldn't understand why her legs still felt wobbly, especially when getting up from a chair. Her doctor told her to eat more protein, but she thought she already was. What she didn't realize was that her last meal was always at 5:30 p.m., leaving her body running on empty by bedtime. A friend in her book club suggested adding just half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese before bed. Within weeks, Martha noticed she wasn't gripping the stair railing as tightly, and her morning stiffness began to fade. The results aren't just anecdotal. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who consumed casein protein before sleep not only increased overnight muscle protein synthesis, also boosted functional strength by more than 20% in simple mobility tests like chair stands and stair climbs. And it gets better. Cottage cheese delivers calcium, which strengthens both muscles and bones, plus natural tryptophan to support deep restorative sleep, another hidden factor in muscle repair. The key? Stick to plain, low-fat, or regular cottage cheese. Avoid the fruit-flavored cups packed with added sugar. Just a modest portion, half a cup, about an hour before bed is enough. But don't get too comfortable, because the next food doesn't just feed your muscles. It calms the silent inflammation that's been stealing your strength for years. Number 6. Tart cherries. At first glance, they look like a simple fruit. But for older adults, tart cherries can be a complete game changer, especially before bed. Sure, many people know cherries help with sleep, but almost no one realizes how powerfully they fight inflammation, ease muscle soreness, and slow the silent muscle loss that creeps up with age. The secret is in two compounds, melatonin and anthocyanins. Melatonin regulates your sleep cycle, so you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Anthocyanins are natural antioxidants that target oxidative stress and inflammation, two of the biggest drivers of muscle decline in seniors. Together, they create the perfect environment for your body to repair and protect muscle overnight. Take Leonard, 68, a retired firefighter. He was used to being strong, but lately he woke up every morning stiff, sore, and achy. He figured it was just the wear and tear of his career catching up. Then his daughter, who works as a physical therapist, suggested he try a small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice before bed. Within 2 weeks, Leonard noticed something remarkable. The soreness in his lower back and legs dropped dramatically, and he wasn't tossing and turning as much at night. Science backs this up. A study published in the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science in Sports found that athletes who consumed tart cherry juice twice daily for just 1 week had 33% less muscle soreness and recovered significantly faster than those who didn't. Now imagine what that same repair power can do for a 70-year-old who isn't just recovering from workouts, but from the daily wear of aging itself. And here's the overlooked benefit. Tart cherries don't just help after exercise, they help preserve lean mass. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is one of the hidden enemies of muscle in older adults. It slowly breaks down tissue, leaving legs weaker and balance shakier. Tart cherries help quiet that process, giving your body the chance to shift from breakdown to repair while you sleep. The best options? Unsweetened tart cherry juice or dried tart cherries with no added sugar. Just 8 ounces of juice or a small handful of dried cherries before bed is enough to start noticing results. And while cherries are powerful, the next food on our list doesn't just support recovery. It feeds your muscles steadily through the night, even when your body resists building new strength. Number 5. Greek yogurt. This isn't just a creamy snack. It's one of the best recovery tools you can add to your nighttime routine. The difference between Greek yogurt and regular yogurt isn't just taste or texture. It's the protein content. Greek yogurt is packed with casein protein, which digests slowly and releases amino acids into your bloodstream for up to 7 hours. Why does this matter? Because after 60, your body develops something called anabolic resistance, meaning it doesn't use protein as efficiently as it used to. So even if you're eating enough during the day, your body may not be absorbing or applying it effectively. If you go to bed without the right kind of protein, your muscles don't get the signal to repair. Instead, your body starts tearing down lean tissue just to keep itself fueled. Greek yogurt flips that script. It supplies your muscles with a slow, steady stream of amino acids while you sleep, preventing breakdown and supporting rebuilding. Take Clara, 71, a retired postal worker. She had always been active from years of walking her delivery routes, but lately she'd felt frail, especially first thing in the morning. Her doctor's tests didn't show anything alarming, so she chalked it up to aging. Then her grandson, who's a fitness trainer, encouraged her to try a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt with a drizzle of honey an hour before bed. Within 2 weeks, Clara noticed a real difference. She could climb her porch steps without her knees shaking, and her balance on her morning walks improved noticeably. The science is clear. A 2012 study in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise showed that adults who consumed casein protein before bed had significantly higher muscle protein synthesis overnight compared to those who didn't. That means their bodies were actively repairing muscle tissue during sleep instead of breaking it down. To get the full benefit, stick with plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, either full-fat or low-fat. Skip the flavored versions, which are loaded with sugar that spikes blood sugar and disrupts sleep. For extra flavor, add a sprinkle of cinnamon or a few crushed walnuts. Avoid granola or artificial sweeteners, which work against your goals. Keep the portion moderate, about half a cup to 3/4 of a cup. This isn't about stuffing yourself, it's about giving your muscles just enough fuel to stay strong through the night. But as powerful as yogurt is, the next food might surprise you even more. It's a simple staple most people only think of as breakfast, yet it works like a night shift worker for your muscles. Number 4. Boiled eggs. It might sound too simple, but don't underestimate the power of a boiled egg before bed. For older adults, eggs are one of the most complete sources of protein on the planet. They contain all 9 essential amino acids in the exact ratio your body needs to repair and rebuild muscle tissue. That's critical after 60, when hormone levels drop, recovery slows, and muscle breakdown speeds up. And here's the key. Research now shows that having a small portion of high-quality protein before bed, like eggs, can dramatically reduce overnight muscle loss. Take Raymond, 74, a retired mechanic. For years, he thought of eggs as only a breakfast food. But after stumbling on his porch steps one evening, he realized his legs just weren't as solid as they used to be. His daughter, who works as a dietitian, suggested a new habit: 2 boiled eggs at night. Around 9 p.m., no toast, no butter, just eggs. 3 weeks later, Raymond noticed something incredible. Climbing the stairs felt easier, and he no longer had to grip the railing as tightly. His morning fatigue had eased up too. Science confirms his results. A 2016 clinical review in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate small, protein-dense foods before sleep preserved more lean muscle mass compared to those who went to bed on an empty stomach. Eggs came out on top thanks to their leucine content, an amino acid especially important for muscle repair and one that declines sharply with age. The trick is preparation. Stick to hard or soft-boiled eggs, which are easy to digest and don't require extra oils or fats. Avoid scrambled or fried versions late at night, since they often add unnecessary calories and can disrupt digestion. 2 eggs before bed is enough for most people. And while cholesterol used to be a concern, modern research shows eggs don't significantly raise heart disease risk in healthy older adults. What they do raise is your body's ability to hold on to the muscle you have and rebuild what you've lost. But as powerful as eggs are, the next food on our list isn't solid at all. In fact, it's a warm drink that nourishes your muscles and joints from the inside out. Number 3. Bone broth. Bone broth isn't just soup stock, it's one of the most underrated recovery tools for seniors. This rich, savory liquid is packed with collagen, gelatin, glycine, and amino acids that go directly to work repairing the connective tissue, joints, and muscle fibers that weaken as you age. What makes bone broth unique is that it doesn't just feed your muscles, it also rebuilds the scaffolding that holds them together. And bedtime is the perfect time for it. During your deepest phases of sleep, your body shifts into repair mode. Sipping bone broth before bed delivers the raw materials your body needs at exactly the right time. Take Linda, 72, a retired florist. She had started dreading her mornings because her knees and ankles felt so stiff that just getting out of bed took effort. Her grandson, a personal trainer, suggested she try a mug of homemade bone broth at night instead of her usual tea. At first it felt unusual, like drinking dinner, but after just 2 weeks, Linda noticed her joints felt less swollen, her morning stiffness eased, and she was actually sleeping more soundly. The science is there. A 2018 study in Nutrients found that glycine, one of the amino acids in bone broth, not only promotes deeper, more restorative sleep, but also enhances nighttime muscle regeneration in older adults. And collagen, it doesn't just help skin, it supports tendons and fascia, the connective tissue that lets muscles contract and move without pain. The best part is how easy it is to use. You can make it yourself by simmering bones slowly for 12 to 24 hours, or by ready-to-drink versions. Just make sure to avoid the highly processed, sodium-heavy cartons and instead choose organic broths that list collagen or gelatin on the label. For extra anti-inflammatory power, add a pinch of turmeric, ginger, or black pepper before sipping. One warm cup about 30 minutes before bed is enough to set your body up for a night of repair from the inside out. And if bone broth sounds powerful, wait until you hear about the next food, one that seniors are often told to avoid at night, but that can actually rebuild muscle faster than some animal proteins. Number 2. Lentils. Carbs get a bad reputation, especially for seniors. Many are told to cut them out completely, and by evening, most older adults avoid them altogether. But here's the truth. Not all carbs are created equal. Lentils are different. They're a protein-packed, fiber-rich legume that delivers magnesium, potassium, iron, folate, and B vitamins, everything your muscles need to repair and rebuild while you sleep. What makes lentils so powerful is their slow digestion. Instead of spiking blood sugar and crashing it later, they provide a steady release of energy and amino acids throughout the night. In fact, studies show that in some cases, lentils can even outperform animal proteins for overnight muscle repair when paired with healthy fats. Take Edward, 76, a retired train conductor. He had cut carbs completely after dinner, believing it was the healthy thing to do. Within weeks, he noticed his legs felt weaker, recovery from walks took longer, and nighttime cramps began waking him up. His doctor checked his nitrogen balance, a key marker of muscle breakdown, and found it was declining. A nutritionist advised him to bring back lentils a few nights per week. Edward was skeptical, but he gave it a try. Within 2 weeks, the cramps stopped, and he could rise from chairs more easily without straining. The science backs this up. A 2020 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who consumed legumes like lentils at dinner experienced higher levels of overnight muscle protein synthesis and significantly less muscle loss compared to those who ate fast carbs or animal protein alone. Why? Because lentils provide a slow trickle of amino acids while also fueling gut bacteria, which improves inflammation control and nutrient absorption. The best way to use lentils is simple. Skip the salty canned varieties and cook dry red, brown, or green lentils in water or bone broth. Add spices like turmeric, cumin, or black pepper for extra anti-inflammatory power. For the perfect muscle-preserving meal, drizzle olive oil on top, or pair lentils with a soft-boiled egg to complete the amino acid profile. Lentils aren't just carbs, they're a nighttime repair tool hiding in plain sight. But even with all their benefits, they still can't match the #1 bedtime food on our list, a surprising classic that combines protein and healthy fats to keep your muscles strong while you sleep. Number 1. Peanut butter. Most people think of it as a childhood snack, but for older adults, peanut butter may be one of the most underrated muscle-preserving foods, especially when eaten right before bed. Why? Because it's loaded with healthy fats, magnesium, potassium, and nearly 8 grams of plant protein per serving. That unique mix fuels your muscles steadily through the night. But peanut butter has an extra advantage. The combination of slow-digesting amino acids and monounsaturated fats makes it ideal for preserving lean muscle while you sleep. It also contains arginine, which supports nitric oxide production, improving blood flow so nutrients reach your muscles more effectively. Take Margaret, 69, a retired nurse. After a hip replacement, she worried about losing muscle during recovery. She tried protein powders and supplements, but still felt weaker every morning. Her physical therapist suggested something simpler: 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter on a slice of whole-grain toast about an hour before bed. Within 10 days, Margaret felt the difference. Her morning stiffness was fading, she could push herself out of bed without bracing her arms, and her late-night hunger disappeared. Science agrees. A study in clinical nutrition found that older adults who consumed nut-based protein before bed had a 32% higher rate of muscle preservation overnight compared to those who ate fast-digesting carbs or nothing at all. Researchers believe the fat-protein combination in peanuts supports steady nutrient release and better circulation, keeping muscle breakdown at bay while you sleep. The trick is choosing the right kind. Skip the big brand jars full of sugar, salt, and hydrogenated oils. Look for natural peanut butter with just 1 or 2 ingredients: peanuts, and maybe a pinch of salt. A spoonful on toast, a rice cake, or even a banana is all it takes to give your body that slow, steady fuel. It's simple, it's inexpensive, and it works. Now that you've seen all 8, here's the bigger picture. These aren't just snacks. They're nighttime muscle-saving tools that can protect your independence, balance, and energy for years to come. But before we wrap up, there's one more thing you need to hear. So there you have it, 8 powerful foods that don't just sit in your kitchen, they actively work while you sleep to protect your muscles, rebuild your strength, and help you wake up steadier, stronger, and more energized. Let's quickly recap. Almonds supply the magnesium your muscles desperately need. Cottage cheese provides a slow drip of protein all night. Tart cherries calm inflammation and improve recovery. Greek yogurt fights anabolic resistance with casein protein. Boiled eggs deliver the perfect amino acid profile. Bone broth repairs joints, fascia, and connective tissue. Lentils give you steady amino acids and protect against cramps. And peanut butter fuels your body with protein and healthy fats until morning. These foods aren't exotic, they aren't expensive, and they aren't promoted by big companies because they don't make anyone billions of dollars, but they work. And for seniors, they could mean the difference between independence and dependence, between walking tall and struggling with every step. So here's the challenge. Don't wait until your legs feel weaker or stairs feel harder. Start adding just 1 or 2 of these foods to your nightly routine this week and see what happens. Small changes can add up to life-changing results. Now we'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite nighttime food? Have you ever noticed that what you eat before bed affects how you feel the next day? Drop your answers in the comments. We reply to every single one. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss more health tips designed just for you. Your strength is worth protecting, and it starts tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Stay strong, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one.